All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a fantastic start to their Friday. Let's get to work. So, we're looking at our boy Oreku. Hair is way too glossy. The tail also a little too glossy. So we need to change some stuff. First is the fluff here. So go ahead and delete that. We already backed it up, so no worries on that. All right, so we're going to remove that section, and then we're going to create something that matches our reference a bit better. Chats. There we go. Let's open up that reference. Put the over here. Okay. So client prefer better fluff. It's pretty simple. So like a V shape or a W shape almost. So we're going to tab and center, turn that on a subdivision and a mirror. Mirror first. Go up. Wait. My little dot. Yeah. Little dot. Where's my dot? There it is. Hard to see. When you move a single vertex on an axis, it's pretty much impossible to see it. Okay, so kind of something like that. And this larger fluff. Put this on sharp, move it back. And then we're going to take front. And then try to make something that matches what we see. Nice. This is the halfway. This is the central crease. We'll do another side to fill it in. All right, that's the general shape. Getting much better at being able to fill these in. Excuse me. very important when you do a subdivision for the tips to have connection if they are like this. This should be okay because it's a quad. Connects, I can cut it like that. But when you're not in that situation, definitely need this because the subdivision will betray you. It just won't work as you think it will. I really should have made this a tutorial. Or I really should make more tutorials. It's like I'm just sitting here all day. Just need to make stuff for YouTube while I'm here. And then you guys get to be on YouTube too. My chat. Be my little YouTube chat. I'll make you famous. That's not what I expected. Boom. Let's actually rip that. Close it this way. Boom. All right, better. So I still would like some of it to kind of have this character, this kind of character here. So it's a question of how to do that. Yeah. Hey, a follow? Oh, very much appreciated. Saul69420. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're working on making some fluff right now. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. You certainly made my morning. All right, so now that we've made the shape we like, we're going to crease the outside. That. Awesome. And we don't need any form, too much form that touches the body, so we'll just kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This I might close here and here just to have it be a little more cylindrical. Let's isolate that. Go to these ones, close. This side, we don't want the crease on it because we want it to round. Okay, so here we'll take these two and bridge, but with merge on. That does not look super great. Let's undo that. Let's bridge without merge. So we're creating this shape. Close that. Yeah, that's fine. Close this too. All right, then this section we'll want to 0.6 extrude and close, and then fill. Okay. I like this. Very rounded, soft shape. Feels good. Bridge, fill. Up. Bridge these two. I just hit F. I don't have to hit bridge edge loops. just final one, extrude this and close this little spot here. Boom. All right. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's take a look out here. Yeah, almost all of that is hidden. We don't really need to see it. It's just when the body moves, we might want to prevent it. I would like to make this feel a little bit fluffier, so we're going to pull it away from the body. Using 0.8. Something like that. That definitely feels a bit more voluminous. Additionally, let's put the correct material up. And now let's start thinking about how we can make it match the shapes a little bit more, because right now it feels like a different style. And it is a different style. This is very much more like Kirby, soft look, Super Mario style. Making it pointed will immediately help. Then I really want kind of this dual tuft. 1, 2 in a few spots. So to do that, we're going to rip. Bridge. Close this little gap we made. And then extrude this section here. Okay, made a little point. More to do that. Can't see that. Now we'll extrude again and then collapse so we can get that point. Continue our crease. Bam. And then just manipulate this shape to be a little bit more rounder. More round. There we go. Okay. Little tendril of tuft. That's nice. So I found that for fur and hair, these kinds of cuts are the best, where you have geometry. So before, these sections here were connected, like they went down, just like this. They were a grid. This was a grid, and then we made a rip here in order to introduce new geometry, seam, or whatever. That seems to work the best for hair. Good morning, Ganjion 2. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good start to your Friday. For me, it's the start of my Friday. Hello, we're working on this guy right here. We've already begun texturing him, but we're going to redo this fluff here. Do another version of that. We're already well on our way to getting that started. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Feeling pretty proud of this work, and thank you. And now we're going to take this section, rip that as well. I want the other side. There we go. Isolate it, zoom in, close this up. There's got to be a better way to do that. I think if I took this section here and we just beveled it, That's a little bit nicer because I can go ahead and select these two and collapse them. Now we have the same cut that we were just about to make. Same kind of cut. And then we can take this, extrude, shrink, and collapse. It's like zeroing this thing. If I try to do it, I can get an ugly square. Well, that's a good starting point. Just having any sort of square is definitely something to be proud of. I mean, there's a lot to do with Blender. Any 3D software, really. Let me assure you, that's where I started as well. Good morning, Arctic. Welcome, welcome. Hope your evening this Friday is going well. We're making floof for a Reku on the chest. Just getting that all situated. Do a cut right here too. There's a little stretch going on here. Look at these normals. Why does the normal look like that? It's weird shadow right here. I'd love to be able to not have that. It's a little bit better, but feels unnecessary. Excuse me. All right. Take this, extrude, dissolve this one and this one, or collapse these two. Well, like, see, my determination became like ugly square. Well, I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, I appreciate the follow as well. Thank you, Grant. Grant Gangion. I like that name. Gangion. That sounds like I'm almost remembering something. Is that a show or something? Only Grand, this name is from a game. Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought. It sounded so familiar, but not 100% sure. I don't really like this little nub right here. It feels a little out of place, so we're going to get rid of it. We're going to first dissolve that, and then merge that. Then we could run another cut here. Or just do this. Perfect. All right. What we need to introduce as well is a data transfer. It's one of my favorite add-ons. This is how we blend two objects together. A lot of times with making things, it's a little bit easier to keep objects separate than try to bring everything together all the time. So that's exactly what we're going to do, especially for hair. Already we've blended it, but it affects the whole object. We just want it to affect the top of this. Like that, and like that. And slap that on, boom. It's a little bit difficult because of the topology here on the neck. A little bit harder for it to merge exactly. The game is Enter the Gungeon. That's right. There's a lot of pixels. Better than my square. That's funny. still getting the reason the normals look like this is because the chest has a lot of topology there. I could delete that section of chest, especially if it's going to be covered up. Or see if one of these other settings does a better job. So that's better. Oh, okay, so this one. Best corner, best matching. That feels better. All right. So I'll definitely need to get the client's opinion on the new fluff. The new fluff. Just make sure we're heading the right direction. For those of you that are new, this is actually what I do full time. I make VR chat avatars in a full time capacity. And I love it. It's a lot of fun. Not much. VR avatar, cool. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes. So it's this is a VR avatar, and I make it for a game called VR Chat specifically. Which is definitely pretty well known on Twitch and stuff. VR Chat, infamous perhaps. But yeah, it's like fully puppetable. Some of the stuff that's coming out with Meta and stuff as well, you can actually do full facial expressions, which is pretty wild. I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to get something like that eventually. That would be super cool. I watched some of that video of a person use VR chat. Okay, heck yeah. Yeah, there's tons of memes and stuff that I've seen floating around. Definitely has that meme character. All right. I'd say that looks pretty good. Definitely fluffy. Still not quite what we need, though. I just feel like it needs something more. What exactly that is, I don't quite know. Let's look at the reference. Oh, I think it's just very blank right here. We just need like one more little tuft section like this. Something like that. Maybe one more right there. Okay. So to do that, we will first start by extruding this section. We'll also run a cut right there. You have to prove the avatar, or someone else has to see the mechanic work. So there's definitely some testing that has to be done. But my clients do get to see a lot of it happen on stream, so that helps. I think that's honestly helped my business quite a bit because there's a lot of people wanting to do this kind of work, but for some reason not a lot of them stream what they do. And it kind of, you don't want to spend money. You don't want to be scammed. So, um, but so once I'm in Unity and stuff, I'll upload it to VR. I'll put on my headset and test it and stuff. So hopefully we'll be getting to that today. By the end of the day, we'll be in VR and testing. That's my plan, as long as things go well. Does that answer your question? If I could swap the cut here. See a bad square like an avatar, you know it's me. Yes, yes, my question. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing that bad square. All right, that looks a lot better. Floof. It's got some character. Just feels a little bit more stylized. Default Blender Cube avatar. little sign that says delete me. Probably one of the few communities. VR chat's one of the few communities where you would get a lot of people responding to that. A lot of Blender used in VR chat. Oops. Let's go ahead and shrink that one a little bit more. How's that looking? It looks a little funky. It's kind of choppy. Why is it choppy? That kind of helps. It's a nice little curve there. I think we want to take this, do something like that. Nice. Okay. Sometimes less is more. 3D. This is more. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, me gusta. This little chunk in here could use some splitting. So let's have that. J and J. Just stick it right under there. Now there's a nice little shelf. All right. Looks pretty good. Oh, can I do some cuts there to give it more geometry? Go to school where geometry is important. Is all I have to say. Are you going to? Are you learning this yourself, or sorry, are you looking to learn 3D modeling for a career? I don't like that. Let's do that. Looks a bit better when it's kind of tuft. Toofed. Because the way you said that, like, totally made me think of like, what if 3D modeling was like a shonen manga? You know, it's like geometry battles. Like there was that YouTube show, Video Game High School, but like, what if that existed for 3D artists? I like that. No, I'm Italian, and I go in Istabas. I used in AutoCAD, but like this in 3 years, I will do something like this, but with structure. Gotcha. Okay, very cool. Like architecture or engineering or something. That's awesome. My dad used AutoCAD a lot. Uh, he did engineering kind of related stuff, but he used the AutoCAD software quite a bit. I personally have not used it too much. I've done some work in it, but I'm pretty bad at it. Honestly, it's not my cup of tea. I prefer Blender. I prefer video game stuff. Only not okay. I can do a square. That's funny. All right, I like this fluff, but it feels a bit too big. Too big. So we're going to kind of give it some taper. Should just be a little bit closer to the chest, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Something like that. Then out to the side a little bit more. All right. Let's screenshot this, and we're going to send this to the client right now. And we can start. I don't want to jump back into texturing until I know if we're going to be using this or not. That's good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Ganjian. All right. Whip. O2. Left. Oh. Bam. Bam. Where's Discord? Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Just opening up all these random programs. There we go. Boom. All right. So just had to send that message over. Now we're going to make another backup copy of my files. And we're going to start doing some rigging. A challenge because the clothing's not going to change, so I can delete this. Delete this. Already backed that up multiple times. High poly body, we'll want to leave. Old mesh we'll keep for now. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a skeleton. Just this one for now, full body. We're going to add a neck, chin, a shoulder, wrists, and the spine root. Then, of course, ankles. Excuse me. But have you many of your avatars like animals? Yes. So most of the work I do is for making personas. Um, but are you asking if I make more like animals, or is what usually people call these personas or like a furry or something? Is that your question? Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I do a lot of work there. It's definitely one of the bigger communities in VR chat, if not the biggest. You know, the furry community's been on the internet forever, but I think VR chat really kind of enables the a lot of creativity. I remember going on DeviantArt back in the day, and there's a lot of furry work there. But now it's like totally its own thing in VR chat. There's actually conventions and stuff, like full on VR chat conventions in purely in VR, which I think is pretty fascinating. There's not much else that's doing that. Like, there's no anime conventions in VR, though I could totally see that happening. Yeah, just an interesting little world. But frankly, I prefer making furries and stuff because I like stylized work. I like making stylized things. All right, and then we have this ear, which I guess I'll just put right here for now. Pretty sure that's the ear. All right. Sphere. Bam. But yeah, if you're, I know you're going to school for more structure or engineering stuff, but if you ever meet people that are looking to do video game related stuff, definitely would recommend that they check out just VR. It's VR in general. There's a lot of games now where you can create custom content for. I think that'll only get bigger, and there's definitely the potential for a career just making custom content versus getting hired by a company. I learned some kind of terrifying fact about the video game industry recently, which is that the average time someone spends in the video game industry, like as in the full time that they have a career in video games, is 5 years. Like, that's pretty nuts. That's genuinely not good for the industry. But with VR, I do think it really enables an actual healthy career. That certainly has for me. Anyway, that's a tangent. I guess I said that just because I wanted to. Mainly because of the toxic crunch culture. I believe so. I believe so. It's definitely a big contributor to it. Uh, and there's also like just a lot of any industry. This is an opinion, but any industry that has like passion as kind of one of the main talking points is genuinely just going to have a lot of problems. Like you look at Hollywood, they're clearly having a ton of problems. I mean, there's something the other day about that Stranger Thing girl. She's streaming now because it's like a better career for her. Do something like this. You need experience to do things like this, not my square. That's true. That's true. But you can get experience. VR chat's very accessible compared to like trying to just get into the game industry, which is very nebulous. Square is a starting point, 100%. It's the starting square. But anyway, ugh, ugh. There is certainly a lot of improvement that could be had. Look, my school is so bad they all like a circle. That means you're heading somewhere. First time I opened Blender, I couldn't even move the cube. Now I make my own VR chat avatars. Yeah, I remember you sharing that picture yesterday. That was really cool. Cool to see. So, are you doing this full time as well, Arctic? Just a hobby. Gotcha. Gotcha. So progress is kind of slow. That's just how it goes. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'll just spend all day doing this. Whereas a lot of people just have to make do with the time that they have. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. Um, I always wanted to do animations though, and to be honest, VRChat lets you play around a lot, see the results of your work, so it has helped with motivation. Good, that is very good here. Um, well, if you're ever interested, um, I know how to record motion capture out of VRChat and into Blender. Uh, yeah, I could probably make a little tutorial for it. I have some footage recorded for it, but I always thought that that would be a really great way to make little animations. It's just fully embrace just doing all your production in VRChat basically. If I try to do something like this, we'll be the you'll turn into a robot. Well, I believe in you, Grant. I believe in you. Certainly, if you get some experience in AutoCAD, you will have much better insight on how to make this. That's my little brain trying to appreciate a square. What's that meme? The like oh I can't really show you guys right now, but it's like the lady looking around with the numbers. Well, Arctic, I wish you well because I certainly I feel you there. I would love to do some. I was saying this the other day, but narrative stuff is what really appeals to me as kind of like my next step. My brother and I have been talking about like, oh, what if you could do like Dungeons and Dragons in VRChat, and like I think that'd be awesome. Um, and you could totally like turn it into a show in the same, easily turn it into like a show or something. I don't know how it would work exactly, but I think that will happen at some point. Just the ability to like go in VRChat, have an experience, and turn it into either a YouTube channel or something. I have to go. My wife's gonna die. We're gonna see another day. Sounds good. Sounds good, Grant. Thank you for following. Good luck with your swear. And I do hope you have a good rest of your evening. Bye, Grant. Anyway, yeah, I could totally. I'm gonna rant about it a little bit because I like thinking about it, and talking about it out loud helps me know what I'd want to do next time I play around with it. But just being able to make some sort of animation, like a little, maybe like a TikTok choose your own adventure thing, but with just like recording stuff in VR chat. I love like wholesome fantasy as like a uh, genre. Huh. Why is it so far over? There we go. Hmm. These look off. They're usually not set up like this. But I can't say what they usually look like too. What is the usual setup? Can I just make an auto rig pro? I guess I can only have one per scene. Or no, add armature. Human. Edit reference modes. Okay. So usually it's bank 01, heal, bank 02. Okay. Perfect. Let's just go ahead and back up. So the heels should kind of be lined up with the foot in general. Oh, I am hungry. But I guess what I need more than anything to do something like that is really I need a crew to actually record a bunch of stuff for me. So if I ever do that, I'll probably reach out to you or some other people. Get a little mocap VR chat crew together. A studio, if you will. Because see what Corridor Crew is doing with the AI overlays on like live action stuff. Be really interested to see that kind of effect done over a VR chat avatar because there's already tons of anime stylized looks. Probably do quite well. Yeah, we only have 3 point tracking, so just be a lot of wigging. Oh, well, that's okay. I think it still works pretty well. You could still do some fun stuff for sure. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some cashews. Blah. All right, I'm back. Cashews acquired. Because like I need to start experimenting with that now. It's gonna get really good once you can start also recording eye tracking and motion capture, or eye tracking and facial capture. But who knows? There might be some solutions that just make VR chat pretty obsolete for that kind of thing. Software's changing so quick. Oh yeah, I live in Austin. Do you know RWBY, a Ruby, or whatever that show is, by Rooster Teeth? Anyway, turns out I live like less than 10 minutes away from Rooster Teeth Studios. I was literally just looking at my grocery store the other day. I was like, holy shit. That's where they're like right there. That's pretty cool. So it should be back here because we want it to rotate. Like it basically, the point of rotation for a dot is here. Oh, oh. Now we're going to change one thing for our lips. So it should be some limb options. Or no, I have to. It has to be here. Where is it? I think it's the head limb option. There we go. Okay. Lips amount. We want at least three. Very cool. Man, the power of AutoRig Pro. Though it did place them very poorly. Okay, we're going to select all the lips. Then invert our select and hide everything else because I can't see shit. I think. Let's think about that. That should be good. Be able to pull up the middle of the lip, the side, and then this area, and then the corner. All right. Match to rig. All right, there's no. I haven't attached the model yet. All right. No, I don't want to add the picker. It takes forever to load. Oh. All right, wait for Blender to do its thing. All right, now we removed it. Let's focus on just this. Oh, I forgot the most important one. Reference bones. We need a tail. Let's say 10. Can't use proportional editing with bones. Did not know that. All right. Match to rig. All right. Sorry, that was gross. That one was bad. All right, I think we're good. These are a little close together. I don't like that. I don't. One final thing. In here is the actual eye bone. This one. No. No. Oh right, it's wait, how's that work? Did I fix it last time? I think it must have been in the other view. Oh, these are fucked. Why are these so blown out? Usually it's not like that. These all stacked together quite nicely. Oh, this is the eye. This is the eye bone right here. This bone, I want to see its axis. That looks pretty good. All right. Never mind. Okay, now we're going to take our rig. We're going to go to skinning, say voxelize, let's turn up that resolution. Go in here, Control Tab, select everything. Actually, we only want let's remove it manually. Bam, bam, bam. Select the mesh, select the rig. double check the positioning. Nice. ARP. Can move this. Nope. Bond. The Square Master is here. Welcome back, Square Master. We're waiting on Unity to load. My phone is now reviving. We'll get it. We've got another 2 hours of work. Hopefully your phone can last. Good. We're now rigging the character. So we made a little rig using a add-on. And we got some movement. Some things are messed up, but not unexpected. Enemy square. All right, so we want the bottom jaw. Make it its own group. Bottom jaw. Just in case we lose that selection. Okay, that's fine. Then we want to do this. Q, paint mask, weight 0. Well, we just separate all the bindings here. Character's going to open its mouth. Exactly. We're now getting into the rigging, as it's called. Basically, making the puppet parts. I am a genius. It takes a while, but the results are worth it. Actually, we need to go in here. Vertex groups. I want to remove the teeth, tongue, and other teeth. Perfect. I'm going to do a square and tell you how it's going. I wish you luck. Good luck with your square. Bone in here. Where is it? That's the jaw. The teeth I just removed. Where did it go? There we go. Bam. Oh boy, that's not good. This weight painting's actually not very good. It's everything but not a square. I think it's a triangle, a circle. I don't know. Why can't I? You need to look up a tutorial. Let's start with a tutorial. Go from there. Huh, some of this weight painting so odd. Excuse me. Mark on every Blender student's first quest, the donut tutorial. Exactly. $10 to do a square? Is that a tutorial? Or takes time. Takes time. One thing at a time. Only one thing at a time. I have searched and there are a 2-minute video, but I will try. Good. We will get you addicted to Blender. Share the addiction with everyone else. One chatter at a time, converting them to a Blender fanatic. think somehow it really changed how this usually rigs. So usually these blends are a lot nicer on the rigging. I'll have to be a little more careful with my next. Not sure what's up with that. Tutorial can't help this square. Like a Giotto circle. Don't know what that means. Giotto circle. Is that like bam, bam. Now that's odd. But that's from this finger. So on to the next one. All right. All right. Next. Perfect. Not so perfect, but that is not its fault. That's from this one. Oh, excuse me. What's holding to it there? Oh, found it. There we go. All right, so now when I scale this in, rotate it. That is perfect. The hand's rigged. Sorry, that was a bad cashew. Man, my board snacks are betraying me. Hands done. Oh, heck. You made a hand? That was quick. If I do a square, I can do a hand. Okay. I believe you. That actually looks really good already. So I think I figured the trick out to rigging hips. It's just you need to put the hip bone lower. A lot of times I put it too high. I put it like in the basically flank here, but it needs to be at the bottom. Like the bottom of the groin, bottom of the butt cheek. That is where you want your hip. Maybe. That looks a little funky. But I can wait out its influence, obviously. It does need to be a little bit higher though, because this little it's kind of bulge here. It's not good. Sorry, I was told my squares are so bad it became a hand. It's like a SpongeBob, where he starts with a perfectly drawn face. To make a perfect circle, he starts with a perfectly drawn face, and then he works backwards. Hello, Pichu. Welcome. It's been a while. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Friday. Do good. What is your project for today? We're working on a Reku, which is this character here. Let me go into Unity. It's a little easier to see. This guy here. So we're getting him rigged right now, and then we're also going to change how his chest looks. We're getting that all set up. I can create life if I try again to do square. You're like a mad scientist, Ganjion. Ganjin. I noticed it has 4 bones for each legs. So, usually you only have twist bones in the arm, and so twist bones help you prevent uh, the collapse of your mesh. So if it's just one bone and you twist the wrist, or twist the hand, the wrist will collapse. So twist bones help prevent that by kind of rotating with the hand a little bit, and it'll rotate just this upper section rather than the bottom, just as your arm actually rotates. So you notice as I rotate my arm, it's like just turning the top of the forearm, but not the bottom. The bottom stays pretty still. So it mimics that, and you can have twist bones for each section of limb. Like if you don't want your hips here to move as much, that kind of thing. So more bones, more realistic movement, potentially. Actually, you can certainly go overboard with it. uh, and in video games, you tend to have a lot more bones because um, the skinning, the attachment that the bones have to the skin is different in a video game than it is compared to Blender. Would the humanoid rig thing complain about the extra bones though? So is it not for a VR model? Actually, so the way the hierarchy is set up is that it still works the same. So these twist bones are not a direct um, child. It's a little hard to show in here. If I go to, who did I just finish? Lion Kai here. So if we look at the hierarchy of the skeleton in the arm, we see we have a twist bone here, but the forearm is not a child of the twist bone. So the twist bone and the forearm, so just to get the orientation here correct, we have the shoulder, which is in the chest area, and then the actual top of the arm, and the twist in the arm is this kind of second bone, but it's also at this kind of the same point as the forearm in the hierarchy. When I move, you see how they're the same level here. So when I move this bone, the twist moves with it. And so all you have to do is tell Unity, just pay attention to this bone and just pay attention to this bone. And the twist is actually kind of ignored, but it'll still move with its parent bone. So it works quite well. And I already have the, in this character, I do have that twist bone set up. So if we look at this twist bone, you see I have a rotation constraint. So as the hand rotates, the forearm rotates as well, which helps prevent the wrist collapsing. So the twist is parented to the upper arm or shoulder. Exactly, upper arm, the upper arm there. So it's kind of the segment of the bone. Then the twist is parented to that, and the forearm is parented to the same bone as well. Both the so it's a little complex in some ways, but it's actually kind of nice because it still functions the exact same, and you don't even have to use the twist bones if you don't want to. Like I don't really use it for the legs, just really the hand here, hand and wrist, because that's the one that tends to break break the most in VR chat. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I think it's quite useful. The system I'm using here is called AutoRig Pro, and it kind of sets up this stuff automatically for me. Even better, I could always use AutoRig Pro to get rid of the twist bones, and it'd still keep my skeleton pretty much the same. Talking about humanist science of ultra dimension parallel universe for me. It's not too bad, but it's certainly definitely kind of the technical aspect of it. I use a live 2D model, but I do 3 models for people. Hey, heck yeah. I don't think I've ever checked out your work. Let's take a look. I'm looking at your channel right now. Oh, I think I follow you. There you go. Very cool. Oh, nice. You broke 1,500 followers. Very, very cool. Congrats, Rooney. Congrats. But yeah, so that's generally why the twist bones are there. Um, and yeah, so sometimes it's a bit of a pain because you do have to weight them separately, like they're their own thing. For two reasons: I'm Italian and my English is bad. My square is bad. I think you're doing just fine, Gran. Um, but I definitely if you're rigging a lot of characters, I highly recommend checking out AutoRig Pro. Um, I have, I really, really like it. I like it a lot. Maybe a little too much. No, no such thing. Um, but it has really sped up my ability to rig characters because it has a. If you ever use Mixamo, it has like a setup like that at the start. Where's my super soup? I mean, where's my how to rig pro tutorials? They got the documentation. But oh, hello, Kai. Hope you have a good Friday. Welcome, welcome. Oh, excuse me. Um, but I do love AutoRig Pro. You should AutoRig sponsor by now. I know, right? Where's my money? Where's my money? Use code Deader to check it out. Code Deader. Code Deader. I like that. I'll have to add that to my own gun road shop. But I can't use it all the time because it's pretty obvious what it's going to be. All right, so we might have to redo the hip here. No, I mean, that looks pretty good. I think it just needs a little bit more tension here to prevent the rotation. Let's see what happens if we erase this. It rotates fully over there. So we do want that maybe a little bit stronger. I always find the hips the hardest. I think they're one of the harder joints to get correct. Oh, and then I also realized one of the biggest problems rigging in Blender to Unity is Blender has this thing called preserve of volume, which Unity does not have. Unity does not preserve the volume of your rig. So if this is on, your rig actually behaves differently. The skin does not actually function the same, which is so frustrating to learn because like it's just actually totally different. In this case, it worked in my favor, but it's just funny. All the little nuance to this stuff. Infinite. All right. I think we are good. Just need to start cleaning up the weight on the face now. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit here and there. Pichu, oh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. There you go, Kai. Give that tier 1 sub to Kai. Very much appreciated, Pichu. Thank you so much. You are too kind. And again, congrats on that 15K goal. Very cool. I'll learn when I visit you. I impart my wisdom. By the way, is the AutoRig Pro the $40 USD thing? Correct. It does cost a decent chunk of money. So definitely purchase if you're set on it. I think it really just depends on the utility of it. But just a few other really big benefits of it, if you are considering, if you're creating a face rig and you create Viseam animations, that way you can always send the animations to your new rigs. So every time I make the blend shapes for my character, I just have an animation I drop in, and it takes me like almost to the end of the process. But anyway, like learning new plugins for Blender, it's a good one. I think it's one of the best add-ons I've ever used in Blender, which is why I talk about it so often. But it is very cool. One day, can you do a square tutorial? It's too complicated. It's too much, Graham. The square has taken on this kind of mythical status now. It's like the marker in Dead Space at this point. Do I want the nose to move that much? Should definitely move a little, but that might be a little intense. A little too much. The square is the most complicated ideology form of geometry that I could do it. You and Plato would get along. I think the cube or this is a platonic form, one of those idealized platonic forms. I hate the autocorrect. Plato? Yeah, Plato did. Yeah, it's platonic. Okay. Platonic solids? Something like that. I believe that's Plato. Or is it Pythagoras? That was like super into the divinity of shape, of geometry. Perfect. I wanted to smooth this spot out a little bit more. I'm going to slap that with intensity. Intense slapping. Pichu, do you do? Oh, sorry. Are the circle things on the snout area still bones? The one you're painting right now. Some of them are. So, or they're all bones. Um, they are all bones underneath the hood, but not all of them have weight. So this one does not have weight. Frankly, I have no idea what this one is, but I've never messed with that one. But everything else is a bone for the most part. Um, this one's a handle. This one's a handle. So it's either a handle or a bone. Um, this one's a handle right here. But yeah, it's really nice because all this stuff's just ready to go. So the color you put on the avatar is used how much that part has to move. Exactly. It's basically the intensity of its influence. It's like how strongly it grabs onto that part. Correct. Correct. So if you're doing a commission, Pichu, it's like you really have two things to offer. You basically giving them a fully rigged, fully ready animation rigged character and a VRChat avatar. Just kind of for free. It's useful for rigging, so it kind of has its own utility for you, but it also just gives you additional value when it comes to commissions. Um, yeah, yeah. Because I'm 90% sure you do commissions. I hope I didn't. Yeah, because you're a 3D artist. I just don't know how much of your work is commissions. Now I know those informations, but how to do Square? Square is a challenge. You need to open geometry nodes. First, you need to learn all of geometry nodes, and then you'll be good to go. At the very end, it'll tell you how to learn a square. There we go. Getting that jaw influence. Ball. Ball, ball, ball. A little hard to see with the bones there. Definitely gets kind of confusing to look at. That's pretty good. Excuse me. Tomorrow I have geometry. I'll ask my teacher to do a square. I'm always reminded of that meme where the guy walks up to the whiteboard and he does like a perfect circle in one go. That's what I hope Blender will be like for me one day. Bam. There we go. Bloop. Oh, that's so weird. Shmush. Shmush. Oh, that's cool. Have you seen the D&D movie that's been circulating on Twitch ads? I have not. Is it out yet? I didn't know it was out. Okay, I might see that this weekend then. I do watch a lot of Critical Role. Dungeons and Dragons. Basically tabletop role playing games. I have to see it. I do like Chris, one of the Hollywood Chris's. I'm surprised it's not rotating the jaw more. We should have full alignment there. Ah, that's why. It was the neck bone. Still a little off, but improved. Something else has influence on the section. So I want the jaw to open more exactly. I want the jaw to open. Yeah, did you see it, Peach? Did you see the movie? No, yeah, I'm just aware of the existence. Seems like Dungeons and Dragons almost shot themselves in the foot because they had all that like drama. I don't know if you saw any of it, but with their payment models coming to light. There's a kind of a small little movement to like boycott it because it's the ad Twitch keeps giving me. Last movie I have seen is Gru became evil on Minions. Gru was always evil. Always. Funnily enough, working on Personas, the Gru, some of the quotes from that movie are always applicable. It's just like, it's fluffy. And I'm 15. And I can't do a square. The challenges of life. One day, when you're grown, you will be able to square. But it is not this day. All right, making very good progress on our tail, or on our rig. Now we're going to work on the tail. So I'm going to select this section by seam. And then, wait. Is there no seam here? Whoa. There should definitely be a seam here. There we go. Well, it's a separate material. That's why it's not a concern. But that could still mess up my UVs, so I do have to watch out. I do. All right, remove the influence. And then we'll take all the tailbones do, and do weights smooth. Selected bones. 3 times. Then we can move it around. Ah, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Huh. You can really do a lot of crazy twisting with this. Whoa, what the heck? That looks so cool. I think I need to incarnate like 10 or 20 times to do the first part of a square. Extreme swish, indeed. Indeed. This is very, very intense swishing. I can collapse it. I don't know if that's what we want, but it's cool that that's even possible. Huh. Now he's got it. That's wild. Now I realize how long that is, that tail. It is quite long. It is definitely. I think it has more mass than him and the rest of the model. That's fun. That was very fun. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the shoulders are bending super nicely. Nice little pinch. Muscle. The muscle is pinching. All right, let's get a few other items rigged. Snap. What I'm going to do is select these items. And I'm going to key their location. And return them. And that way, when I hit play, they'll return there. Because I have them set up there for painting. Actually, I only need... these objects. Well, if I rig them, will they work with that stuff? Uh-oh. We might not be able to continue much further with this avatar. Oh yeah, here's the full look. Let me... Oh, you can't see what I'm doing in Unity. So here's the full look of the avatar. We've already got most of them painted. I think I went to show him off a few times, forgetting that Unity was on my other scene in OBS. Yeah, he's coming out very well. A lot more to do to make him perfect. I mean, this looks way too glossy. Really liking how the hands are coming out, though. We have this fur texture. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Not sure. It's kind of busy. But the fur here, we're going to get rid of the outline for it. Too far to finish it. We're definitely getting close. If I can't finish it today, then we'll probably finish Monday. Moondas. All right, so I'm not going to rig the teeth and stuff just yet. Or can I? Can I? Why can't I? I could always just have a separate version of the model just for painting. Okay, that's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and hide the rig. And we're going to duplicate this guy. Remove him from the rig. Unparent him. And take the body we do have rigged, move that out of its folder. All right. Okay, so here is the version of the character we're going to paint. Phone is done again. See you later. Hey, that sounds good, Gran. Good luck with your square. Hopefully it doesn't destroy you. But enjoy the rest of your day and or night. Hopefully see you Monday if you don't come back today. So we're going to call this Areku Body Paint. I did this a silly way. Take this version, put it back in the paint one, then we'll. In Italian, we say ciao. Ciao fra domani. Ciao fra domani. Ciao. May have just. Ciao. I have now created a curse upon my family. No. All right. This is the paint version. We're going to duplicate the whole collection and rename the main one to rigging. All right. Now we just have a backup of that paint one, and we can move all this stuff around. I just now have to okay. Perfect. There we go. So, teeth first, because it's easy. Get the teeth, all them twofers, and the tongue. Boom. Select Control P, empty groups. All right. Then one at a time, we'll select these. Control Tab Weight Paint. Wish I could zoom in a little easier. Okay, so here's the top bone right here. And we just want to paint like so. Like that. Then we'll select the side one and go the other way. And that should be it. Now it's weighted correctly. Then unisolate, select the next one, isolate again, and rinse and repeat. This time for the bottom. Ah. I've never really animated anything that uses these bones, but it just feels like the right way to do it. Lastly is the tongue. Dude, tongue rigs are actually super hard to make. If you want like a fully bone-based tongue, it's genuinely quite difficult to make properly. All right, there we go. And now we can go in here, unhide everything, Control Tab, and we've got it working. Chomp, 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 chomp. Fun. So satisfying. This is probably my favorite part of the whole process now. Making the puppet, the rig. I'll have to weight the back so it doesn't move the base a ton. Hint 8. Maybe a little bit more resolution there. Oh, it's fun. The teeth are so satisfying. Okay, enough. So one more time, we're going to grab the tongue. Give me. Where's the tongue? Give me the tongue. There we go. Then the rig. Isolate. Weight paint. We're going to take the back bone of the tongue right here. And we're actually going to weight it out just a little. Like, well, no, it's fine. That's a little too intense. Okay. That's all looking quite good. All right. All right. Now we have the eyeballs. These are Z, Control P, empty groups. We have a mod, so all we need to do is go to the I group, IL, and sign. Now the eyes follow. All right. Now, if anyone here is interested in doing the AutoRig Pro, this is one of the biggest caveats to making additional bones. So we're going to make the ears now, but we do have to make some very specific things. We have to do things in a specific way. So basically, when you make a bone with AutoRig Pro, you want to do it after your rig has been made. Oh, hey there, Silik. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. We're doing the rigging right now. Oh, welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. But for the bones, in order for them to export properly, they must be named CC underscore first. So it has to happen. It's all good. Right back at you. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm super pumped for the weekend. Got some family in town. Gonna go get some good food. What more can you ask for? There we go. And then we'll just make sure they're named properly. 2.0. And lastly, 3. Bam. Parent it to the head. And symmetrized. Um, I did send some messages to Oreku regarding the chest fluff, because I made the little fluff here. But I expect to hear back from them later today. Ooh, I did not take into account the hair. We can just move the hair up. That'll actually be easy. Let's move it forward a little bit. Be good to go. All right, do that. And then let's grab the rig now that we have the bones. Now we can begin to make weight paints. That, like that. And then like that. Just have to make sure that these ones we click on. Perfect. Blur. As always, most important part, making that soft overlap in order for it to bend smoothly. All right. The reason it's not moving with the bone completely is because the ear still has, or sorry, the head still has quite a grip on it. We'll do the selection, paint mask, and 0, like that. Now it should bend quite nicely. Perfect. So, one thing I did not rig are the eyebrows. We did not give that a proper rig. I pretty much always start the eyebrows from 0. They're just kind of a pain. The Auto Pro always makes the influence go like all the way to the back of the head or something. Just kind of a nonsensical amount of influence. And there we go. Now we haven't even done the eyes either. So much to do. So much to do. Okay. Eyebrows look pretty good. Now for the eyelids. It's always a matter of making sure they have 100% of the control over where they touch, basically. Making sure that they don't influence the lower opposite lid at all. But that blend very far with the other bones on the same lid. Then the corners of the eyes, they should have a bunch of influence on the corner of the eye, as it turns out. Bam, bam. Dun, 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 dun. Just more weight painting. Yeah, let me know if you all have any questions about this process. Be kind of tedious. There's a lot of subtlety to it in a way, but for the most part, it's pretty nice. I have to say that I think that a better rig, like for a lot of things, especially for VR chat, we're mostly making the rig so we can make the Visemes, the talking shapes. It is much better to have a good rig than it is to have good blend shapes. Much, much better, because with a good rig, you can save the expression to an animation. And say you need to change something later. All you need to do is edit that animation and then bake the shape key again. And worst case scenario, if you need to make edits to your mesh, you have that animation to go back to. Because you may not have the blend shape to go back to. A lot of value in having just a good rig. Noise. All right. So we got the eyes kind of rigged. Face rig is this is my favorite part, right? Getting all the rig stuff done. You got the little twofers. So satisfying. Maybe not that far open. Oh, no, I want this one. There we go. All right, so we've got the eyes rigged. We've got the teeth and tongue. We've got most of the body rigged. We haven't really taken a look at the feet. So let's do that now. We did the knees, but we didn't go much further than that. We want to make sure our leg bones are good. that. That influence. We could do tippy toes. Oops. What a pose. What a pose. All right. That's pretty much all we needed to do there. Next, we're going to adjust our floof. So this right here, we want to move with the ears because we spent a long time setting those up. These ones here. So they move, but see the fluff doesn't move. But we have a really handy dandy trick, which is the mesh data transfer. So we'll just select the body and say transfer vertex groups. And then make sure it's parented to the rig. Armature default. And now it all moves together. It's that easy. It is that easy. We also need to make flames for a Reku. A few spots that have a flame mesh. We want to make those. That's pretty much it for now. I think I can start combining everything. The floof here. First, I need to confirm that it looks good with the client. Oh my gosh. Have I really been stuck on Unity this whole time? Gosh darn it. All right, let me show you guys the progress on the rig. So we've got the mouth working now. I can't believe you guys couldn't see that. No. Oh well. We got the mouth working, which looks good. We can do fun little poses with. Wrinkles very nicely right there too. We got the eyes working. Get a little gap there. Wonder how we could fix that. Actually, I guess for the eye rigging, the corner of the eye, it really should be just the corner of the eye. There shouldn't be anything else. Like this shouldn't influence anything else at all. Should just be the corner. Clearly a little bit more than that, but that way, when this closes, it actually closes. That worked better. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Sharp, excellent, beautiful, gorgeous. All right, we just leveled up. We just leveled up. Do 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 do. What next? The clothing is pretty straightforward as well. Let's go ahead and combine these two objects. There we go. And all we need to do, just like the ear fluff, is make sure our transforms are good. Select the body and transfer vertex groups, and then parent here. There may be more we will do. Oh, a few things. Is the mirror on? Oh, the mirror's not on, but the body's mirrored. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. That's a challenge. Okay, so for the skirt here, what I can do is duplicate this, mesh it. What object are you? You are body 06. Then we'll take this target body 06 with our transfer. Boom. Then combine it, or then armature deform. Then find body 06 again, delete it. And now the skirt should work better. Awesome. And then we'll have to hook up some fizz bones. With smooth all groups. That's surprising. Probably one of the face bones. There we go. Here we go. That was a challenge, an annoying challenge. think for my desktop camera, for Blender, it's probably best if it's down here. Yeah. In fact, why don't we just make a little box for it? Just so I know. That it's there. Bam. All right. So we got the body rigged, we got the clothes rigged. I don't think there's anything that's unrigged besides the fluff. So for our fluff, again, we're just going to do that exact same thing where let's actually apply the subdivision. Go here, select the body, transfer vertex groups, and then parent to the armature deform. And now we can move stuff around and all the fluff moves. The normals are a little busted right now, but that will change. All right, that's pretty much the whole enchilada. I can move and rig the hair. Again, I need to hear back from the client first. So I think we're going to go ahead and just take lunch now. No, there's still a little bit more we can do. So hide that, take all these objects here, and we're going to do File, Export, Auto Rig Pro, Selected Objects Only, Rig. That's all good. Animation done. Miscellaneous, we do want that and that. Apply modifiers over shape keys. Yeah, may as well. Yeah, anything that can be applied there, we will. Then we simply overwrite this file. Export. And then we can do some Fizzbone testing, which is always fun. It's not. Okay, so that's anything that wasn't just the hair, actually. Just the hair. It's fine. Create an empty for Fizzbone. Another empty. PB tab. Well, pretty excited to see how this moves. Then we also have the ears, so we'll do ear L and ear R. Awesome. And we just hit play. See how that move. Very cool. That's really fun. How the ears moving. Ears are a little too soft. I think they should have a little bit more pull and a little bit more spring. Yeah, a little bit like that. We'll actually get them an angle limit. Question: does Savvy have the little black marks on the snout? I don't believe so. But that is certainly... The texturing's not quite done yet. I'm just waiting to hear back on Areku regarding the fluff on the chest. And then once that's mark once that's good, then we can finish the texturing. But I do have to kind of put that on hold until I know how we're going to do the fluff. The shape of the tail, or the like, I think that came out really well. Just all the lines on it give it such nice motion. Just because of the way the lines line up. They look like motion lines. Fascinating. Whoa. Whoa. All right, enough. Let's copy the ear component. Paste that here. Ear R. Bam. And one last thing I'll see for the tail is if we turn on gravity. Play. All right. Let's see. 5.3. All right. And then we'll do a map like this. A little bit smaller. I think that's pretty good. There we go. And let's copy that to there. And we'll also add another empty called Fizzbone PBC, Fizzbone Collider Floor. And like that, set it to plain. That's pretty much all you got to do. And then we add 2 colliders, the floor. Play. So now it actually falls onto the ground. That looks so cool. I love that. Whoa. We do need a angle limit, so it doesn't flip all the way around. It should be pretty big limit, 60, maybe even 90. just so that doesn't go all the way around. That looks awesome. Okay. Copy component. Paste component values. Good to go. All right, I am going to call it here for our morning session. I will be back in about an hour and a half. I'm just going to go eat lunch. I'll be back, kick some butt. I just need to, I'm kind of in a hold pattern right now with some of the questions regarding the avatar. There's definitely more work I can do, but I just have to confirm a few things for certain sections of work. But anyway, I just want to say thank you, everyone who's hung out with me this morning. Pichu, Arctic, Silent, Gran. Who else came by this morning? Kai. Kai got another sub too. That's awesome. Val. And I think that's it for this morning. If I missed anyone, my apologies, but I certainly appreciate you making my morning, hanging out with me. It's super fun to share what we've got going on, and especially in this last final stage where we're putting tightening all the bolts, getting everything working together. It's looking really good. But more to follow. I'll be back again in about an hour and a half. We'll pick up there. If you haven't yet, please hit that follow button. I'm doing this pretty much every weekday, and I love sharing what I do with y'all. So, yeah, I'll catch you all very soon. Enjoy your break. Be back in an hour. Bye. Bye, y'all. Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, my God, I'm such a dummy. Before I go, let me show you what I was doing in Unity. Can't believe. Okay. Whew. Can't believe you guys couldn't see that. I was doing so much work. I really have to put a post-it note or something. Like, remember to show what you're doing. All right, before I go, check out the Fizzbones. So we've got the got the tail working. It is all flopping around. It looks very fun. Well, it's even I got like a little floor collider, but the motion of it looks super good, just with all the like lines it has and stuff. Very, very pleased with that. And then the ears are looking pretty good. He's missing his hair, of course, but ears are nice and wobbly, which looks awesome. So swishy, indeed. Super swish. Super, super swishy. It's a little too shiny right now. It's kind of got like a metallic texture, which it won't have. Won't look quite as metallic, but it looks pretty good so far. All right, perfect. Well, again, I'm sorry for not putting what I'm doing up on screen. Can't believe I forgot that twice, all in one morning. I'm definitely going to put a little post-it note up that says, "Remember to show what you're doing." So, I will catch you all later. Silent, hope you're having a great time. Everyone else who's lurking, you're all amazing. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye, y'all. Bye. I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.